Hey, what's happening? Happy Thursday, everybody. It's Daryl here. It's bright and freaking early. It's 4:30 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Yes, I am running late this morning. I had a change of videos. I downloaded a video that I hadn't planned on downloading this morning. I'll give you the whole timeline here. I had two videos all set to go. The one I downloaded this morning about if there is a God, why does he or she let bad things happen to good people? That's the one I downloaded this morning. I wasn't sure if I was going to download that, but I came across another story that I wanted to talk about, and I needed some time to kind of let it ferment in my head, to kind of let the rage and indignation build and disgust build a little bit. Okay, this story's it's still trending right now. It's trending on Twitter, and it's about a man called, I'll call him a man, Andrew Tate. A former kickboxer, get-rich-quick, big cigar smoking, Maserati driving, women belong in the house and men need to be men, and it appears that the whole way this guy got rich, with supposedly 33 sports cars and a mansion and all this other stuff, is he sells to young guys. He sells this dream, this red pill thing to young guys, this motivation stuff. I'll get into that more in a second. So anyway, this Andrew Tate character puts out a tweet, kind of just pokes at Greta Thunberg out of the blue. And he's talking about his 33 Maseratis and their massive engines and these are the words he used, massive emissions. And he's got a big oversized cigar there, So right off the bat, man, I got this guy figured out. He's not all that hard to figure out. You know what I mean? This big man. He's the guys like this are a freaking caricature of themselves. Do they actually see what they look like? Do they actually see how obvious it is what they're packing down there? With the cigar, seriously, an oversized cigar, talking, dropping words like humongous and enormous and my cars and women belong in the home. And man, if that doesn't scream male insecurity, and I have a tiny weenie, I don't know what does. So this is what I'm already thinking when I read this tweet. Then Greta Thunberg smashes this dude. Smashes him. She tweets back, just kind of casual, but thinking what I was thinking before I even read her tweet. She tweets back, yes, please enlighten me. Here's my email address, smalldickenergy@getalife.com or something like that. Bam, man, bam. And then it gets even sadder. So this guy gets pounded on Twitter. He takes a beating. And he calls all the people that are going off laughing at him, he calls them bots, of course. Elon Musk, all these right-wingers, if they catch anything, when anybody says anything bad about him, any left-wingers say anything, they got to be bots, because God knows nobody would disagree with them, So he actually tweets back to Greta Thunberg, how dare you? Wow. Good comeback, dude. You got to be freaking kidding me. This guy is pathetic. I never heard of this Andrew Tate guy. All right, so I'll be honest, man, I can only stomach so much of this guy. So I go onto his Twitter feed, and I'll put the link down below. There's not much to see here. Maybe he's deeper somehow than I guess, but I'm going to give you a rundown of who I see Andrew Tate, the obvious person I see Andrew Tate is. He's walking in front of his big mansion with his shirt off. Supposedly this guy is 6'3", but I'm 6'3", and I feel like I have more mass than him. He seems small to me. Maybe it's just his attitude. And he's constantly smoking a huge oversized cigar, puffing it, talking about women belong in the house and women belong to men. They're put on this earth for men and all this other crap. And then there's all these other idiots underneath on Twitter, with other misogynistic, chauvinistic claptrap. And He's walking in front of his big mansion. Now, supposedly, this guy's a kickboxer. And he's bragging about having 33s. He's bragging about 2 Maseratis with 12-cylinder engines, and on and on and on. Supposedly, he runs this thing for young guys, where he tells them, where he sells this claptrap, this stuff. And I can't believe people are still using this stuff. He calls it red pill. If you want to get red pilled, and you're in the Matrix, get out of the Matrix. He actually uses this. When did that movie come out, man? 20, 30 years ago? Seriously? And young guys are so freaking lost, they're buying it. But here's the thing. The more I looked at this guy, I started thinking about it, right? There's a video. I'll put the video down below. There's a video of him going, this is the first time I heard him talk. He's got very serious. I guess he's got an English accent. And his lips kind of move sideways like this when he talks. And he says, nobody's going to hand out nothing to you. You got to do the work. You got to work hard to make money. And I'll show you how to do that. Don't let everybody else get ahead of you. Subscribe. So he's selling these subscriptions on how to teach young guys on how to be chauvinistic idiots and make money out of the Matrix, and not be worker drones, So this is why I took a little time to make this video, because I kind of just let it sink in. I started looking at this guy. Okay, he was an MM fighter. Then I looked at his hands when he was sitting there. He had his hands like this in this video. And I didn't see no blisters on those hands. I saw some muscles that were made up in the gym. And I hear this guy talking about hard work. You got to work hard. Nobody's going to give nothing to you. So I started asking myself, what does this guy know about working hard to begin with? This whole theory that he's selling to these young guys out there that they're buying. When did he actually work hard? I was a Teamster truck driver. I drove to New York City every day. I unloaded bundles of newspapers, and after that, I drove another truck, a flatbed truck, carrying in bundles, 2 bundles, 80 pounds each, hundreds and thousands of them every day, humping them back and forth from my flatbed into mansions. Right? Blisters blew out my back, actually ruptured my back. And I'm looking at this guy. And he's talking about hard work. Nobody's going to hand you nothing. And that's pretty much how he's made his living, by having his hand out and getting handed money. Okay, let's talk about the MMA fighter thing. That's not a job. That's not a job. That's a hobby. That's a hobby, and that's entertainment. Beating people up for sport, that's a hobby. That's entertainment. That's not work. And then working out, the fitness part of it. Seriously, I work out 4 hours every morning for the last 16 years. That's just part of my life. I don't consider that hard work. That's just what you got to do to stay healthy. That's not hard work. That's what I do before I go to work. Before I go out and sell my paintings, my artwork, and the actual hard work I did before I blew out my back and all that stuff. But I'm looking at this guy, and so now he makes his money by prancing around his lawn with his shirt off. And the funny thing is, man, look, if you're gay, that's great. I've told you guys, my uncle's gay, but I get the vibe that these guys are, the more methinks thou dost protest too much. I'll just leave it right there. All right, so he's prancing around his big yard and his mansion, selling this subscription, whatever it is. I'm not about to watch it. To young guys on how they can make money, working hard, just like him. In other words, I assume just burning other people and making videos and burning other people. I don't know. I don't know what he's selling there, or is it probably just a bunch of tired cliches, like he's already spouting about the Matrix and red pill and working hard and nobody's going to put their hand out. Just a bunch of Trumpisms. The more I look at this guy, when did this POS ever work? A real day, I'm going to keep going. A real 12-hour day in his life. I don't see no blisters on his hands. I'm sorry about that, but this video is too good to redo. You guys, I said what I said. You guys have a good Thursday.